Hi. In this video lecture, we would be looking into classification of organic compounds, right? And why do we need to classify organic compound? The first thing, we know that organic compounds are increasing, right? And every year, lots of organic compounds are added, right? By the scientists who are looking and searching for new organic compounds, right? So, due to ever increasing organic compounds, right, number of organic compounds, right, we have to find a way to classify them, right, so that it is easy to study them, right, to manage them. And we know that organic compounds are hydrocarbons. These are hydrocarbons, and hydrocarbons are those organic compounds that contains only carbon and hydrogen, right, only carbon and hydrogen. For example, methane, right, CH3, CH2, CH3, this kind of compound, or C2H2, acetylene. All these compounds, if you see, contains only carbon and hydrogen, right? Any atom other than carbon and hydrogen is a different atom, right? We call it a heteroatom in organic chemistry, right? So any atom other than carbon and hydrogen are called heteroatom, right? Heteroatom. And heteroatoms, example, nitrogen, oxygen, right, sulfur. These are most common heteroatoms that you will see in organic compounds, right? So these are hydrocarbons, right, and other organic compounds like alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, right, all these are derived from these hydrocarbons, right. Since other hydrocarbons are derived from these hydrocarbons, these are known as parent compounds. These are known as parent hydrocarbons, right. I'm sorry, to be correct, not other hydrocarbons, we'll say other organic compounds, right, are derived from these parent hydrocarbons, right. So that is why we have too many hydrocarbons, if you see, right. For example, if this is methane, right, if I replace one hydrogen atom of this methane, one hydrogen atom is replaced by, say, a keto group, what I will get? CH3, I get CH3CO, right. Or let's say if I replace this with OH, what I will get is CH3OH, right. And if I replace one hydrogen atom with COOH, this is a carboxylic group, what I will get is CH3COOH, right. So we call the organic compounds, right, that are derived from these parent hydrocarbon. Here methane is a parent hydrocarbon, right, and since this methanol, or we call this hydrocarbon as acetic acid, these are derived from parent hydrocarbon. These compounds are known as derivatives of methane, or these are derived hydrocarbons, right. So hydrocarbons, these are derivatives, of, these are, let's say, these are organic compounds, let's not say derivative, organic compounds derived from parent hydrocarbons, right. So you'll study, I mean, when you advance in organic chemistry, that there can be lot many organic compounds that can be derived from these parent hydrocarbons, right. So just remember, hydrocarbons consist of only carbon and hydrogen, like methane, ethane, acetylene, right? And if you see any other atom other than carbon and hydrogen, it's a different atom, right? And in organic chemistry, we call that atom as a heteroatom. For example, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, right? So if you have oxygen here, we call these compounds as derivatives of hydrocarbons, right? So since we have too many organic compounds, so now we need to classify them. So there are different ways of classifying organic compounds. The first way is we'll classify organic compounds based on the carbon skeleton that we'll see here now, right? The second way is to classify organic compounds based on functional group into different families. This OH, this COOH, this is a functional group, right? It gives characteristic properties to these organic compounds, right? So we can classify this organic compound into alcohols. This belongs to alcohol group, alcohol family, and this is a carboxylic acid. This belongs to carboxylic acid family. So this is one kind of classification. We'll see that in in next lecture after this. So in this video lecture, let's quickly see how to classify organic compounds based on carbon skeleton, right? So based on carbon skeleton, we have alicyclic or open chain. First type of compounds are alicyclic or open chain, right? We can see here it says open chain. That means chain is not closed, it's open, right? So these kind of compound consist of open chains, open carbon chains, right, which may be branched as well. It's not always straight chains, the chains may be branched. Let's see some example, right? CH3, CH2, right? CH3, CH2, right? CH2, CH2, CH3, this kind of compound. These are straight chains. Here we have a chain of carbon atom. The skeleton of carbon atom is straight chain, right? Similarly, I can take one more compound like, let me draw it over. This is straight chain hydrocarbons, right? Now if I take compound like this, here chain is not straight, right? The name of this compound is, this is second carbon atom, 2,2-dimethyl propane, right? This is a straight chain, 1, 2, 3 carbon atom. So propane, on the second carbon atom you have 2 methyl groups, so 2,2-dimethyl propane. We will do the naming convention in another video lecture. So this kind of chain is a branched chain, right? This is a branched chain hydrocarbon, right? The other branched chain that we can take is CH, right? This kind of chain we can also take, right? So here also, if you see that chain is not straight, there is a branch coming out. Here also there are branches of this carbon atom. So this here, the structure, the skeleton of carbon atom is branched. We call this as branched chain. We call these as branched chains, right? Or branched chain hydrocarbons. Now these are open chain. The other type of hydrocarbons we have where these chains are not straight, right, or branched. These chains are closed, right? For example, the second kind of compound is cyclic compounds. We call these compounds as cyclic closed chain or ring compounds. Cyclic closed chain or ring compounds, right? Where we don't have these kind of straight chains, but there the first and last carbon atom are joined to form a ring, a chain, right? Like this. right? Now these two are joined like this. So here you have a chain, a closed chain, right? Similarly, you have another compound CH2, 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 right? Then let's do this CH2, this, right? And there is one compound that most of you is aware of. This is your cyclohexane, right? So here you can see these are closed chains, right? If I want to draw a polygon formula like we discussed in the previous lecture, it would be like this, right? It would be like this, right? So after drawing polygon formula, you can clearly see that the chain of carbon atoms are closed, right? The chain is closed, right? Now the rings, if you see these rings consist of only carbon and hydrogen atoms, or we say these consist of only carbon atoms, right? So we call these as carbocyclic rings, carbocyclic rings, right? It has only carbon atoms. In the ring, if you see, you have only carbon atoms, right? Suppose if I introduce a heteroatom, because I said here that any atom other than carbon and hydrogen is a heteroatom. Say I introduce oxygen in this compound, right? It will become like this. It will become like this, right? This is oxygen atom. Now this is not a carbocyclic ring, right? You have a heteroatom. So these kind of rings that have atom other than carbon atom, right, is a heterocyclic ring. This is a heterocyclic ring, right? Hetero means different. We have a different different atom other than carbon atom. So this is a heterocyclic ring, right? And the name of this compound is tetrahydrofuran, right? You will study this compound in when you advance in organic chemistry, if you choose to take organic chemistry in future, right? So you will study these compounds that have heteroatom or heterocyclic compounds. The compounds that have heteroatom are called heterocyclic compounds, and these compounds are also studied under a different section of chemistry. We call it a heterocyclic chemistry, right? So this is we call it a tetrahydrofuran. This is a heterocyclic ring. We have a heterocyclic ring here, so this is a heterocyclic compound, right? So cyclic compounds are of two types: carbocyclic rings, right? Firstly, these are ring compounds, chain compounds that consist of either only carbon compounds. The rings consist of only carbon compounds. These are carbocyclic rings. Or if it contains a different atom than carbon atom, it's a heterocyclic ring. We call it a heterocyclic compound, right? Now there is another type of compound which are aromatic compounds, right? Now we have a different class of compounds which are called as aromatic compounds. Aromatic compounds. And one more thing, these compounds, these straight chain compounds are known as aliphatic compounds. Why these are also called as aliphatic compounds? You will see the name aliphatic. Aliphatic compounds. The word aliphatic is taken from the word aliphatos, which means fat. Aliphatos is a Greek word which means fat, because earlier these compounds, these these chain compounds, open chain compounds, were found in fats of animal and vegetables, right? So we call these as aliphatose, because aliphatose means fat, right? So these are aliphatic compounds. The second type of compounds are aromatic compounds. Aromatic compounds, the word aromatic is taken from the word aroma. Aroma means pleasant smell. Pleasant smell. Aroma is again a Greek word which means pleasant smell, because the aromatic compounds that were found, right, earlier, they contains pleasant smell, so that is why they are aromatic compounds, right? Based on their pleasant smell, they are called as aromatic compounds, because aroma in Greek means pleasant smell, right? So again, aromatic compounds, these are special types of compounds, right? So there are aromatic compounds that contain benzene rings, right? So these can be, there are various types of aromatic compounds, right? These can be these can contain carbocyclic rings, right, or a heterocyclic ring, right? And these may consist of fused rings, for example fused benzene rings, or these may consist of isolated rings. We'll take examples, right? So these aromatic compounds, if you just go by the definition, these are special types of cyclic unsaturated compounds, right? Benzene is the parent compound, right? These are all unsaturated compounds, special types of unsaturated compounds, right? And benzene is their parent compound, right? Now depending on, carbocyclic compounds are of two types: compounds that contain benzene ring, now compounds that do not contain benzene ring, right? Now these carbocyclic compounds, wait, let me write it over here. Carbocyclic compounds are again of two types: those that contain benzene rings and other that do not contain benzene rings, right? Benzene rings, right? And these are aromatic compounds, are always unsaturated compounds. Aromatic compounds are saturated compounds, right? Their parent compound is a benzene ring, benzene compound, right? This is how we draw it. This is a unsaturated compound that contains benzene, right? So aromatic compounds that contain benzene rings are known as benzenoids, right? And that do not contain benzene rings are known as non-benzenoid aromatic compounds. That do not contain benzene rings, these are non-benzenoid, right? So aromatic compounds, which are unsaturated compounds, right, their parent hydrocarbon is benzene. They, depending on the ring, right, they may have benzene ring, they may not have benzene ring. So aromatic compounds that contain benzene ring are known as benzenoids, whereas that do not contain benzene ring are known as non-benzenoids, right? So let's take example of some benzenoid compounds. And toluene, phenol, right, benzoic acid, right, all these contains benzene rings, right? Now these benzene rings, aromatic compounds these benzene rings, there are other kind of compounds that contain fused rings like this. Right, like these kind of rings. Right, so these are also unsaturated compounds. These are also unsaturated kind of compounds. This is how we draw it. Right, this compound is known as naphthalene. This is naphthalene. Right, then there can be a ring that has 3 benzene rings fused together. Like this. Right, this is anthracene. Right, this compound is known as anthracene, and since it has 3 rings, so this is your tricyclic. This is bicyclic, this is tricyclic. Here the rings are fused together. Now there can be rings that are not fused together. Right, let me just draw it over here. These rings may not be fused, they may be like this. Right, this kind of compound. This is fused ring, these are isolated rings. Right, so these can be of 2 types, where you have fused rings, where you have isolated rings. Right, now there are compounds that do not contain benzene rings. Right, for example, I'll draw it over here. This compound, right, is a heterocyclic compound, unsaturated. You can see a double bond. This is an unsaturated heterocyclic compound that do not contain a benzene ring. It's a non-benzenoid. Right, and other example is similarly, if I draw this type of, right, this is also not a benzene ring. Right, and this have again a charge on it, negative charge. This is known as a cyclopentadienyl ion. This is a cyclopentadienyl ion. This is propenyl cation. Right, this is cyclo, since you have a cycle here, so how to name it? Cyclopentadienyl, and this is cyclopropenyl. Right, so this is it. Now again you have aromatic compounds, right, that have a heteroatom in the ring. Here if you see, these rings contain carbon atom. Right, this methyl is a side chain. Now there are aromatic compounds that contain heteroatom, right, say oxygen atom. Right, so that those compounds are heterocyclic compounds. Right, let me just draw it. I'm just drawing a line notation like this. This is a heterocyclic, unsaturated heterocyclic or aromatic compound. I'm sorry, this is a unsaturated aromatic compound. And what kind of ring it is? Since it contains a different atom, a heteroatom, oxygen atom, this is a heterocyclic ring. This is not a carbocyclic ring like that of benzene. This is a carbocyclic ring. Right, and this is a heterocyclic ring that contains a heteroatom called as oxygen. Right, similarly, if you have this benzene ring, if in benzene ring I introduce say nitrogen, right? If I introduce nitrogen here, if I introduce here nitrogen, we call it as pyridine. So you have a similar this is a benzene ring, carbocyclic ring. If here I introduce nitrogen atom, it will become a heterocyclic ring, right? So this compound is a heterocyclic aromatic compound, right? So I hope this is clear, right? This classification is clear, right? I'll just recap in 2 minutes, right? There are too many organic compounds, right? So we need to classify them, right? So this classification is based on ring, right? Carbon skeleton. I'm sorry. This classification is based on carbon skeleton. So based on carbon skeleton, we have straight chain compounds, right? We call these as alicyclic or open chain compounds, or we also call these as aliphatic compounds because they are earlier derived from fats of animal and vegetable origin. So aliphatos, which means fat in Greek, right? These are branched chain compounds, right? Carbon chains or carbon skeleton is branched, can be branched, right? So these are branched chains. The second type of compounds would be if these rings are not open rings, right? They are closed. When they are closed, these are not open chains. These are not open chains, but these are closed rings, right? So we call it a cyclic compound. Since this is a cycle, right, where first and last carbon atom are joined. So we call these as cyclic compounds. Now if this cyclic compounds, right, or if this ring contains only carbon atoms, it's a carbocyclic ring, right? We call these as carbocyclic compounds. And if we introduce a different atom other than carbon and hydrogen, it would be a heteroatom, right? And the compound would be a heterocyclic compound, and this ring that contains other atom other than carbon and hydrogen is a heterocyclic ring, right? For example, this tetrahydrofuran. The other type of compounds are aromatic compounds, right? Aromatic compounds are unsaturated compounds, right, that contain benzene rings, that may contain or may not contain benzene rings. If they contain benzene rings, they are benzenoids, and if they do not contain benzene rings, they are non-benzenoids, right? And these rings may be fused like in naphthalene and anthracene, or these may be isolated like this. This is a diphenyl compound or biphenyl compound, right? And the compounds non-benzenoid are this cyclopropenyl cation and this cyclopentadienyl anion, right? These are not benzene rings, so these are non-benzenoids. Benzenoid is taken from benzene ring, right? So it's easy. And aromatic compounds, they contain pleasant smell, so that is why they are aromatic. Aroma means pleasant smell in Greek, right? So I hope this is clear. After this, we'll do classification based on functional groups, and we'll understand what are functional groups and homologous series. Thanks.